like to alert everybody. I take no pleasure doing this here, guys, that on Friday, May 12th, neither New York baseball team's a playoff team. That you probably know because you can read standings. I'm also here to tell you this you might not know is that it's only going to get worse. So when the Yankees and the Mets wrap up the 27th out of game number 162, they will not be getting ready for game number 163 because they're not going to the playoffs. Neither team. Not good enough. Season's over. It's over. Mets can't beat the bad teams. Yankees can't beat the good teams. Starting pitching's in shambles. There's injuries everywhere. The stars aren't performing. And I got to tell you, neither manager seems incredibly concerned about the state of affairs. You know, I got to play something for you. All right? So, Mets lose to the Reds. What does Buck say? Not a whole hell of a lot. Yankees get smacked by the Rays. What does Boone say? Nothing really interesting. Listen to Bob Melvin after his Padres lost again. Listen to the difference.
We got to perform better. That's what we have to do. So, yeah, we hit some balls hard today. But we put way too much pressure on our pitching late in the game. And we have guys that can perform better. And we're going to, but it's time to quit just talking about it. It's time to go out there and do it. So, another frustrating game for us. Underperformed.
How does that happen? How to go out and perform better? Like, is it just a matter of literally doing it, like you just said?
You just got to fight a little harder and expect a little bit more of ourselves, all of us, myself included. So, we have not done that to this point. These stretches happen, but it's going on too long. We got to break through here at some point.
Doesn't seem like you that you would say that to us without having said that to them. Is this?
I don't talk about that stuff, so they know how I feel.
Do you think it's been that there's just a little too much confidence based on who they are that they're going to turn it around?
I don't think so for a minute. I just don't think there's enough tenacity throughout the course of the game. We show signs of it. We show spurts of it. We come out like we should, and then we don't sustain it for the entire game. That's the problem. It's a result-oriented game, and we're not seeing those right now.
Yeah, I mean, could we hear that once from Buck or Boone? We're going to hear that at all? Or is it just acceptable to lose to the downtrodden Reds and get smoked by the Rays? You know? I just, listen, I got to tell you, for the first time, I don't know, this century, pick a time that encompasses quite a bit of time. Baseball season is just a path to football season here. Like, we'll watch, we'll react, we'll root, we'll scream. These teams are going nowhere. They're just not. And we can sit here and say, well, when Rodon comes back and, you know, once Judge's hip is good and once Volpe starts doing that and once this starts happening and once Lindor goes on one of his 3-week binges and once, I don't know, Max Scherzer comes back and starts dealing. And once this happens, how many contingencies do we need to attach to this season for either team? I mean, just starting with the Mets, I mean, how in the world do you conjure up an ounce of confidence when you can't beat doormats? And they're losing to the worst teams in baseball. The worst. The absolute worst. And nobody seems alarmed. I mean, it's becoming, not necessarily in the hysterical comedic sense, but it's almost funny, you know? Mets lose, lifeless, smoked by the Reds. The Reds. You have a chance to at least salvage a freaking series. And that's what you run out yesterday? That's the result? That's the score? And again, you know, how about Pete Alonso standing up and saying something? How about if Buck's not going to do it, how about a player do it? You know, if Boone's not going to do it, how about Rizzo or somebody light the Yankees on fire? Like, the lack of urgency with this baseball season is pathetic for these payrolls, you know? It really is utterly unacceptable. And I just feel like we're almost, I know we're not happy about it, trust me. But I feel like in large part, too many of you are just kind of rolling with it. Listen to this loudmouth. It's early. Yeah? All right. You said that a month ago. You said that 3 weeks ago. You said it last week. Still early? So, hey, Hoff, do me a favor, buddy. Can you give me the official date that expires? Because that's the only thing people are hanging on. I don't get people calling up saying, and maybe today's the day, 877-337-6666. Nothing tangible is pointed to. It's always, it's early. Chill, it's early. Cohen's got money. Billy will do this. Yankees have money. Cashman will do this. Yeah, great. What is the official date for others to actually react to the garbage that this baseball season's provided? What is it?
I'm going to take a note from an old friend, an old pal, Yogi Berra.
Yogi. We love Yogi.
It's getting late early. It's getting late early.
Yeah.
May 12th, that's the
Now,
date.
you can also say it ain't over till it's over, but I'm not saying that. I mean, it just doesn't feel right. You know? Think about this, guys, and we'll get to our Knicks later. We'll get to them. We'll get to the NFL schedules. Gauntlet for our Jets and the Giants here. But the New York Knicks, have gone further already, even if they don't win tonight, than the Yankees or the Mets will go this baseball season. I got news for you. They're going to go a lot further. They already have. So you can package this however you want. You can say I'm being an alarmist. That is fine. I watch these teams every night, and they aren't good. They aren't energetic. They aren't even incredibly talented, despite having these ridiculous combined payrolls of $650 million. And you know what's happening now? Listen, right now the Yankees are a game out of the wild card, and the Mets aren't far behind either. But you know what's happening now, at least with the Mets? See all these teams kind of jumping them? The Marlins, just jumped them. Phillies, just jumped them. So there's no chance in hell the Yankees are catching the Tampa Rays. No chance. 0.00%, as in none. All right? And now you look at these other teams, these energetic, really the team that we love to watch play. Energetic, ascending, dynamic. The Orioles roll out this trio of young players. The Rays have more than three. Yeah, everybody but the Yankees. Really. And don't tell me Cabrera and Peraza are it, because they're not. And it's just, I think it's time to accept this. I think you need to start conditioning yourself that this season's going nowhere. Both teams, nowhere. Once again, the baseball season by mid-May is over. It has become the tarmac to the season. Period. 877-337-6666. All right. We're inside of our Town Fair Tire studio. Friends at Town Fair. Remind you that you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Dove, you good? Hoff, you good? Everybody good?
No.
What?
This season's over. It's May 12th. That sucks. Thanks.
Well, I didn't say it was good. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to acknowledge the putrid state of these franchises. And trust me, we've been doing that, like picking at Cashman, picking at Billy, picking at this player, picking at... I'm done picking. I'm throwing both of these sloppy products in one big pot, and I'm stirring it into one crap stew. Because that's what they are. Stop fooling yourself. I mean...
And adding salt won't help.
Yeah, we'll try to, we'll try. Throw a little Tabasco, we'll throw lemon, we'll throw anything in there just to, fool the taste buds. But once you take a little spoonful, if you haven't already, not a good stew. All right, let's get to Let me get John down in Myrtle Beach. He's got us up on the free Odyssey app. John, what's happening, buddy? How are you today?
Brandon, doing well, man, doing well. Dude, let me tell you, watching since my first year watching the Mets was 73. I
Okay.
figured, man, I know you don't like resumes, but this is how far back,
No,
right?
it's all good. It's all good. Go ahead.
Dude, let me tell you something. I now, today, believe this is my most disappointing season of my Mets life. Because there were years where I expected them to suck. But we got, I just want an organization that acts like it cares. Like right now, I'm not getting the sense that they care. I mean, I get it, man. Steve has made moves, but where are we? What are we doing here?
Oh, you lose it. You lose it to bad teams because you're not very good. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
I know.
I feel bad for the Alonsos of the world, man, because Alonso acts like he wants it. What's going on out
Well,
there?
I mean, listen, maybe if what's Alonso hitting 240? Maybe if he was hitting 285, I mean, he's been terrible this month as well. And listen,
You're right.
I really like Pete. Pete is not. He's nowhere near the problem. He's the answer. But let's call for what it is here, John. If Pete Alonso, like Judge and like others, if they were better to start the season, maybe they're not in this predicament. And the difference, and the Yankees haven't really had this for forever, is that now the other teams that they used to show up and beat, the Orioles, Toronto, we know the teams that they used to step on and just smash, by, 27-9 over the course of a 3-game series because those teams were throwing out AAA players. Those days are over. So when you lose to the good teams, which they're going to keep doing because they're not better, and then you can't even beat and fatten up on the bad teams, it means you're not a playoff team.
Oh, no. Playoff. Let me do a Jim Mora. Playoffs, right.
I mean, John, yeah, I hear you, buddy. I mean, listen, and I know you called about the Mets here. I mean, this is disgraceful, the way the Mets have been playing. Disgraceful. I mean, they are just, ever since those rain delays and, listen, Atlanta's better. So losing a couple to Atlanta, around the rain delay, all right, I know you don't enjoy it, but at least you contextualize that. The Braves are legit. Then you go to Detroit, boom, rubbed out, swept. Then you come back home to Colorado, boom, you lose 2 out of 3. Then you go out to Cincinnati, boom, you lose 2 out of 3. What the hell's going on? I mean, why should I expect them to win 3 out of 4 against the Nationals? Why? What have they shown? Where's the evidence? Let me get Steven in Old Bridge. What's happening, Stevie?
Hey, not much, Brandon. How you doing today?
I'm good, Steve. How are you?
I got to be honest. I am about as 50-50 as one can be. I'm a diehard Mets fan, and I'm miserable. And I'm a diehard Knicks fan, and I'm ecstatic for tonight. But I really wanted to call about the Mets. Listen, Billy Epler had himself a very, very good team last year and was not able to put that team over the top when they were very good. There's not a shot in hell this guy's going to be able to fix this debacle right now. There's no chance. Yeah, we got a couple kids down in the minors. That's about their only hope because this guy can't put a bullpen together. We thought we were okay there. We started out okay, but the rotation's in shambles. The lineup's atrocious. It's a damn joke, Brandon. It's a joke, and I'm getting really fed up with it. It's May 12th, and like you said, this season is done. I'm already looking forward to week 1 of the NFL in September. This is unbelievable. Thank God for the Knicks. Thank God, because right now,
let's hope
it
is. It really is. I mean, listen, if these can't, and thanks for the call there, Steve. I obviously feel the anger. It's just, I mean, too many times we flip on these networks and these teams, they just look old, they look disinterested, and that's what's bothering me. If the Yanks and the Mets were flying around with some energy, and I know it's hard to show energy, consistently in baseball, because when you don't hit, you look stale. When you look stale, you look disinterested. And that's not always the case, all right? And in basketball, you can just come out and the urgency is visible when you attack the boards, when you protect the rim, when you you just play with a certain sense of urgency that is very easy to identify. Same in football, same in hockey. Flying around the ice, getting to the loose pucks, really finishing checks. So it's a little harder to see when a baseball team is playing hard. I'll grant you that, and when they're not, all right? But I don't understand how these managers are so detached publicly. I know they're trying things behind the scenes. I wouldn't disrespect their baseball lifers, Boone and Buck. So I get it. They're trying to rattle the cage behind closed doors, but this is New York City, man. I mean, many times Joe Torre came out, ripped his team. Bobby V, no problem doing it. Billy Martin, no problem doing it. I mean, sometimes you just got to do it. You've got to. And when Bob Melvin does it in San Diego, well, and I know they've got a ton of talent, but there's no bite in San Diego. There's no recourse for losing. We won. We go to the beach. We lost. We go to the beach. I mean, nothing changes. When we lose here, we want answers, and we demand accountability. And right now, the baseball season is merely a tarmac to the football season.